it's Angela coming to you today from my home office as always in my latest makeup-free video. I used to get so worried when I would do my videos about making sure that my makeup was perfect. Like I had this, glam squad or something in my house and everyone would think that. And now, no offense, it's just raw and real. So, I hope that's good with you. But there's a topic that I really wanted to talk to you about because I see this come up over and over and over again, especially with women. And it is healthy assertiveness. I'm sure you've heard there's a difference between aggressiveness and assertiveness, and there is. And sometimes if you're aggressive for whatever reason, then that's just what it is. But without question, and I've tested this in my own life, being assertive is not only more well received, it's more respected and gets your point across a lot better. Now, in my practice, so many people that I work with, when I work with them on the emotional eating side of my work, we're working on emotional development, really is what it comes down to. If you're an emotional eater and you're eating for reasons other than natural hunger, then that is due to emotions that developed earlier in life as a way of coping. It's, for example, if you're lonely and instead of learning healthy ways to fill that void, just eat, right? Or a big one for me, and still can be if I'm not careful, is boredom. It's a huge one for me. Oh my gosh. Stress. I tend to be a stress eater if I'm too stressed out. I had to, in order to really get it, change my entire life so that my lifestyle supported my desire to be healthy. In my past, it was more about I just want to make a ton of money, and I had the opportunity to do that in my corporate job. So every chance I got, I'd be on the road. I'd be working 15-hour days, and those days would stress me out. I was in the insurance industry, and I did catastrophe work, so things like wildfires and really high-profile events that were dire. So they'd stress me out, and I'd be eating. It wouldn't matter how well I would do when I was home on my own. Aside from that, though, I didn't realize this until many years later, that also had to do with the fact that I just never, my emotions had never been formed around not succumbing to every single feeling I have. It was like a childish reaction to just eat to make yourself feel better. That's what I learned basically when I was a kid, and I did that well into adulthood. Now I flipped it on its head. It's more, instead of it being 95-5, where I'm stress eating all the time and then just kind of paying attention to my hunger 5% of the time, it's more 95% of the time I'm really, really aware of why I'm eating when I'm eating, and maybe 5% of the time it's about emotional eating. But healthy assertiveness, this is just a big one. It's huge, because if you're someone who tends, say you get in an argument with somebody, or someone gets upset at you for something you either didn't do or didn't intend for them to take it that way, instead of standing up for yourself, a lot of people just tend to revert to some kind of coping mechanism, an unhealthy coping mechanism, such as emotional eating, to get them through that. And healthy assertiveness, it's not about being confrontational with somebody. It's really just about setting boundaries, not being afraid to express yourself to somebody in a really mature way that just says, hey, this is my position on this, and letting it go. You really honestly can't expect them to understand unless they're in that place to understand, which some people just aren't. But you can certainly step up for yourself and say, I meant it this way, or I didn't mean it that way, or whatever it is, and try and get yourself through that situation without eating, smoking, drinking, whatever it might be. Everyone has a vice. I talk about it a lot. Mine was eating. Never was a smoker. Was, kind of a binge drinker in college, things like that. But it was really never my thing. It was always eating. And now it really just feels so good to actually just say, this is my position on this, or this is how I feel, or this is what I meant. Usually kind of takes people off guard when I do that, because they're not expecting someone to actually just approach them in that way and deal with it in mature fashion. So that's what I mean by healthy assertiveness. And if you're not doing that, what is it doing to you instead? How is it leaving you feeling, which for a lot of people is really icky. I work on this so much with my clients. I'm such a huge proponent of setting healthy boundaries, and it really can take time for people to get to that place where they feel comfortable doing that. It can sometimes take 6 months, a year. It's all of that coaching them through and getting them past that fear, that terror barrier, which stops everyone from everything they want. But working with them around those issues and having them do exercises, and believe it or not, it really does affect other parts of your life, which include things like your weight. Even when it comes to setting healthy boundaries with yourself. There's a lot of people who show up to the dinner table. It could be a rebellious teen, it could be an angry child, or it could be the adult you. And you have to deal with that side of yourself, the inner child, as you've probably heard it called before, in a mature way, and help them understand we don't need food right now, or we need to eat something healthy right now. So that's my 2 cents for the day. I hope that you are surviving out there in this crazy, seemingly out of control world. And if you have any comments about what I had to say today, I'd love to hear them in the comments below this video. You can always find me at angelamanelli.com. I have a free report on my website, the top 10 ways to stop feeling so tired all the time, drug-free and naturally. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.